Hello and welcome to another episode of the Be Babe podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Weaver, and today I'm sharing a conversation that I had with Amron Bevels, who is a shamanic and healer and the creator of the Priestess Codes. She and I sat down and had a really beautiful conversation about type, strategy, and authority in human design and how to incorporate that into your business. So super excited to share. It's a beautiful, just really simple conversation on how to use human design in a practical way. So also want to keep you in the loop. If you want to leave a comment on the podcast. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. If you want to leave a comment on the podcast, please do so. I would so appreciate that. It helps me get the word out. And if you screenshot it and send it to me, I will send you a coupon code to anything in the content library. So thank you so much and enjoy the conversation. Amron, I am so excited for our conversation. Like when you reached out to me, I was like, who is this woman and where did she come from? Because I want to be friends. Like, how connections
happen. You know what? I think Spirit brought you to me too, because I could not until today place where we have seen each other before. And even that is just happenstance that I think I saw you in passing on photographs online.
Yeah.
Because the photographer is a friend of mine.
So wild.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you literally, it felt like you came out of nowhere. Like,
I did. I came out of nowhere. And the moment though I saw your face and heard one of your audiograms that you had on Instagram, it was like, yes, let's have a podcast together. And honestly, I haven't done any research since. So I know very little and I'm actually super excited because of that. So,
I love it.
I just know you're a freaking genius. You're brilliant. I love your energy. I love your competence. I love your devotion to this one finite, nichified subject matter. And so I'm super pumped to be able to be here together with you.
I'm excited to dive in. Like I can geek out on human design for forever. Totally.
How's my sound? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can geek out on it, but what I really love talking about is how we communicate with each other and how can we just improve our articulation in what we do so that people understand. Because I honestly, copy is so much more than just pain points and desires. Like that's what messaging copy is touted as being, but it's so much more than that. Because if it's just pain points and like we're not allowing people to truly decide if something's right for them. We're almost, it's like FOMO, right? Pain points and urgency and all these things we're taking the power away from the person instead of giving them all of the information that they need to know. Like, how do you work? What is special about you? What are your gifts? And how is all of that working to help solve someone's problem? And then
I love that.
Yeah. And then they can make their own decision, right? Their own empowered decision of whether or not they want whatever you're selling.
That makes so much sense. So I love that you work with entrepreneurs who are willing to leverage their own unique human design for their marketing and their promotions and their business presentations. What I'm really wanting in this conversation is to speak to that audience and to speak to the audience of empowered decision makers as well, because that is what I'm hoping to impart with this episode is how can I help women who are liberating themselves make empowered decisions? One of the things that happens is when we're sick and we're looking for a healer, we are shopping often from a place of disempowerment and desperation and lack. So they're sitting ducks. They're kind of vulnerable in that way from the position of the healers. So I really want to help the underdog, so to speak, feel more engaged with the process of shopping. And what we're selling here, you and me, is similar in one way. It is empowerment. It is knowledge of self. and I want to jump in here that I am a practitioner supporting women walking across their own thresholds of self-liberation, identity, um, revamp, etc., and realizing their capacity for more by flushing out and deprogramming what they don't need to be doing and what roles they don't need to be fulfilling.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all the roles that we think we should be doing. Yes. Yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, we could go in a lot of different ways, but I mean, the one thing that human design taught me in the beginning is how we all are designed to make decisions differently, and it feels different in our bodies. And not everyone has the same reactions that someone else does.
Mm.
That was huge, huge understanding for me. Like, I'm a sacral manifesting generator. So I have that sacral, like, yes, or no, no, this is not right for me. My husband is very different. He is an
Mhm.
emotional projector.
Ooh,
Mhm.
wow.
Time. He needs time. He has defined root and defined solar plexus and then defined head and ajna. So it's a wide split too. So he has a ton of stuff. He's like in his head all the time, but yet he's working through his emotions over here. And a lot of times it's hard for it to connect and for it to be like, oh, this is what I want to do. So sometimes he's
Mhm.
just paralyzed and
Mhm.
can't make a
Mhm.
decision to save his life. But in understanding that how that's how his body works, how the
Mhm.
chemistry in his body's working, it's allowed me to, number one, not pressure him to make a decision, to
Mhm.
give him the space that he needs and
Mhm.
trust that he will come to a conclusion that is right for him, right? And it's fascinating. And was I think he can also see that I am much faster. I do make decisions like that, split decisions, like yes or no. Sometimes I think about or need to sit on it for a minute or two, but for the most part, like I knew from the very moment I heard it whether or not it was a yes or a no. Sometimes,
Yeah. So now that you know your design and energy type and his, not only can you be more compassionate for him, but you can also teach him how to
yeah,
respond to you
yeah,
and teach him how to give you
yeah.
the trust you need to make the quick decision because you're not doing it the way he does it.
Yeah, and there's
Right.
like I for a long time I even almost looked at the way I made decisions and be like, I'm wrong for making split decisions,
I think
right?
all human design aware people realize how society has conditioned us incorrectly.
100%. Yep. Yep. And like, but it can be both, right? It can be a split decision. It can be a decision that takes time. Both are correct. It's just how your body works and how your energy works. Yeah.
Mhm.
hmm So, I mean, we can go in that direction and how each one is embodied in making the decision that's right for them.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
sounds delicious. I really hope to cover authority and strategy today
Okay.
and to cover the energy types. I think that would be a great start.
Yeah.
However,
Okay.
if there's something that lights you up even more, let's go there.
No, we can go. I think we will touch on all of it. We probably won't get very deep with it, but if we're going on authority, let's start there since we've already dove in. So there's sacral authority, right? That's the generators, manifesting generators. The yeah, the but honestly, it can show up in a lot of ways. It can be yes, it can be no, it can be the point of it is that you feel a pull towards the yes and a push away from the no. That's how it's showing up in your body. And the sacral is in the moment. If we're projecting a future worry or thought or a past regret or past repeating itself onto the now moment, the sacral is not going to respond in the correct way. If you have
Mm.
to be present in the moment, like this is how I'm safe. I
Mm.
have everything I need. What is going to light my sacral up and go from there?
Ooh. Okay,
Mhm.
wait, let's pause there. This is really good. You have to be present in the moment. Okay. And you have to feel secure in order to be present in the moment
Yeah,
and to derive that decision. Okay. Now, this applies to sacral authority,
sacral
sacral in particular.
sacral authority. I
And
mean,
can you,
it's gens,
yeah.
many gens as well. I mean, generators and manifesting generators all have the sacral defined, so they're going to have that yes or no. but they could be emotional authority, right?
Okay.
Like,
This is where it gets really helpful. Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah.
So you'll know if you have sacral authority by seeing that you have a
It's
defined sacral.
sacrals. Yeah.
Okay.
So second one up from the bottom, or you'll be a manifesting generator or a generator.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And that's like in the moment. Now, if you are a generator or manifesting generator with a emotional authority, your solar plexus is defined, then you may have that yes or no pull towards something. But ultimately, with big decisions, not necessarily a little like, should I go eat a hamburger right now? But big decisions are wading through that emotional wave, understanding how your emotions, you're consistent. As much as you don't think you are, you are. You
Mm.
are very consistent in the way, unless you have a whole bunch of different waves going on, like there's a way that your emotions cycle through, right?
Okay. Okay. So for example,
It could be like ratcheting up and then crashing, right?
mm,
Or it could be more even, even, even. This is my husband, and a little blip up and even a little blip down. He's very even. You wouldn't know that he's an emotional person whatsoever, but he has just a little bit here and there. And I can tell now because we've been married 16 years, but there's a little like blip in one direction or the other. And he will say that, like,
mm,
yeah, for the most part, he's pretty even, but every now and
mm.
then there's a little blip. Um,
Okay.
and that down wave is your body chemically resetting, which I think
Whoa.
is so key, that the down is full of wisdom and it's just your body resetting. Like there's nothing wrong with you.
So the down wave might feel like apathy or disinterest.
Disinterest, it could
Okay.
feel like, um, just negative thoughts and that like none of this is working. Whatever, right? It can go in a lot of different ways, but it's like you just meh about all of it.
Okay. Hey, so helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
so cool. Okay.
We can go to splenic authority. So
Mhm.
these are projectors or manifestors. And splenic authority is a little bit more, so the spleen is intuitive in the moment, but it's not like you can ask it a question and it'll respond to you like the sacral does. The
Mm,
sacral you can kind of like tap in and ask it questions. The spleen's just
mm,
going to talk to you when it feels like talking to you.
mm,
It's a little bit more, it can s and again, it will speak in different ways, like, sometimes it's a full sentence, sometimes it's just a knowing, sometimes, it's a no or a yes, like, it will speak in a myriad of ways depending on the person,
mm.
but it's a knowingness within your body, okay?
You help
Yeah.
how would you help one of your clients connect with that knowingness within her body?
I would say it's always good to look back at past decisions or past, like, was there a time that you felt like you knew something and you didn't know how? You just knew it. And then what happened after?
Mm,
And you can have a defined spleen and have this like knowingness within you. I have a defined spleen, and every now and then there'll be like the weirdest knowings of something. I mean, like, I don't know how I know this. I just know it. And there's
mm,
no logic to it. And honestly, I mean, I don't think any of the authorities have any logic to them, right? We've been taught that in our society, we should make logical decisions. It should be pros and cons, that kind of thing. It's not how our bodies work. Our bodies are very illogical. And so the
okay.
decision may not make sense. It just is
Mhm,
like, you know it. You don't, I don't know
mhm,
why, but
mhm,
this is right. Right.
mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, a nugget I have for that is that our bodies are not logical because our bodies are our antenna to the natural environment. And as such, the natural environment is changing. And so they're always like testing the wind and
Yeah.
making decisions. And it's not just about what you see and perceive here and now, our body can access other times and places, and our body has a way of understanding another person's intention or
Yeah.
the natural forces of the timeline that you're on. So it can forecast 8 days, 8 weeks in advance and know that this decision right here, right now
Yeah.
is going to work for you that far down the line, or it's not. So it's just listening for you in a whole different way.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, chills, 100%. I feel that. I love it. Okay. Then we have the projector group.
Mhm.
Um, they can have G center defined to their throat, and they need to speak their truth and really
Mhm.
kind of hear it come out. And it's going to, again, resonate from their heart. It's going to feel like in their heart space, this is what's right for me.
Mm.
Right.
Yes.
Um,
Beautiful.
Kind of in the same ways, the self-projected, so their ajna there is connected to their throat, and again, they're speaking, but they're looking for those threads that, like, as they speak and as they talk about what they want to do, they'll feel it resonate in their body, like, "Oh, there it
Mm.
is." But they have to
Mm.
speak it to feel it within their body.
Got it.
Yeah.
So what tool would you give to a projector whose partner is burned out on that? They don't want to hear you process verbally anymore.
Yeah.
What do you give them? What are some tools that you'd recommend for them?
Honestly, talking in the mirror to
Okay.
yourself
Mm.
or recording yourself if you feel like that, um, as soon as you say it, I mean, once they attune to what that is in their body, what that feeling is, they'll say it and they'll be like, "Oh, that's it. That's what I need to do."
Ooh.
Right? But there's a learning process and build up to that if you haven't given it the space up until now or you've conditioned yourself out of it. And then there's a
Mm.
little bit of a learning curve. I mean, they all have learning curves to some,
Sure.
right? But
Yeah.
yeah, speaking to yourself in the mirror
Mm.
or finding a friend or safe space that's like, I'm not wanting you to solve this problem. I just need you to like be a sounding board. And if something sticks out, like say it back to me. Or, allowing
Mm.
somebody that can really hold space for you to just talk.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, I imagine that in that attunement process of really listening to yourself, you've got to practice being present enough with yourself that
Mhm.
you can really listen with more than just your ears as you're, speaking to yourself, say in the mirror on the
Yeah.
voice messaging app or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's got to be like an inner trust component to that.
Absolutely. I mean, there's always a trust, I think, when you follow your authority, you're trusting
Mm.
that what the information that you're getting from your body is the best solution when you have nothing else to go on, right? We're so trained that it's a pros and cons. It has to make sense. It has to be the logical, the right decision. And I always tell people like there's no wrong decisions in anything. It's
Mm.
just you making a decision to go in a direction. Like the universe can turn on a dime when
Yeah.
when you want it to. And there is no bad decision. There's no good decision. There's just a decision. That's it.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. Okay, so we're turning down the left brain and turning up the right brain,
Mhm.
breaking free from attachment to logic and dependency on logic and free flying, free balling it really around
Yeah.
decisions and listening into our bodies guiding us or the
Mhm.
outside environment if that's where we're getting our information from to guide us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's two more authorities.
Let's do it.
There is ego projected. So that's the will center directly connected to the throat. And that is they're really
Mm.
speaking, I want. This is what
Mm.
I want. And really feeling in that in their body. I desire, I want, and speaking that out. And, this is what I want to create.
Oh, where would you see that? How would we know that on our chart?
Manifestors.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a rare one. But they are very strong personality, very strong energy. Uh, But I think they also can be deeply, deeply conditioned. This channel, I've found whether it's their it doesn't have to be their authority for this channel to be very deeply conditioned, because you think
Mm,
about it, little kids, if they're saying, "Oh, I wanna go do that," and they just kinda go and they do it, especially as a manifester. But if they're blocked and told that, "No, what you say doesn't matter. What you want doesn't matter," you're gonna shut that channel down immediately, and it's
true
going to
that.
be a lot of work to understand that, no, you what you want is in your design. Like, this is part of you. You sharing this and telling people that is part of your design. That's part of the reason you are here on this planet right now. So it's
Let's take a moment with that and like come up with an affirmation or an affirmative statement for this. You
oh,
you were doing it and I wanted to hear a little more. So
yeah.
what you want is
What I want matters.
what I want matters.
What I say matters.
Mm,
It is safe for me to express my desires.
mm. And it's important for my safety to express my desires, is it not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
So when I express my desires, the universe.
Orchestrates and change and shifts to meet me exactly where I am.
Mm, wow. Wow. When I state my desires, everyone wins.
I love that. Yeah.
Okay. So I've been doing this, freeballing it all these years, working with clients and just allowing the intuitive drops to come in.
Mhm.
Sometimes they come in the form of these statements like these.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to go back and see, because one of them that you just said really stuck out as one that I just heard a few months ago, maybe a year ago with a priestess. And it was something along the lines of, when I please myself first, everybody wins. And
Yes.
I'm wondering, is she an ego directed generate manifester?
Maybe.
Wow, this is so cool.
I yeah. That channel. There's a couple other channels that I found to be more susceptible to conditioning and being, like, blocked, especially
Mm,
to your throat. Um,
tell us, because the
yeah.
throat really comes up with my audience a lot. I mean,
And yeah.
it's big for women. Let's just first call that
Oh,
out
for
across
sure.
the board. I mean, we've
For
just
sure.
been
Yep.
taught, it's just been twisted and manipulated over the centuries, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Forcing us to confess, forcing us to lie, forcing us to silence ourselves,
Yep.
all the things, right?
All the things. 100%. Like, every woman, I think, to some degree, has deconditioning work to do around speaking her truth. But there's the 4323 to the Ajna, it's like this shock and awe channel. It's really speaking outside of the box. And if you were shut down about talking about things that were not acceptable or that were not the norm, things like that, like, that one can be deeply conditioned of like, "Nope, it is not safe for me to talk about that. Nope." Shutting it down, right? But yet that's how your energy wants to be expressed. So if you're not expressing the energy the way it, like, wants to move through your body, there's a myriad of things that right? That goes to, like, illness. And, like, I was talking about with another person today about how if you're not living your truth, you're not expressing your energy the way it wants to be expressed, then there's consequences for that within the physical realms.
Mm, mhm. I
Um,
know nothing about human design, but immediately I was shown like liver and gallbladder organs taking on the burden
yeah,
from that particular
yeah,
channel gate getting
yeah,
blocked.
yeah, yeah.
So, what might you feel as a person with that particular 43 to 23 channel? What might you feel desirous to speak about? Like what kind, like would you be like a sex therapist, or would you want to like what kind of,
It
you
could
know?
be, honestly, it's across the board, but it's thinking outside of the box.
Okay.
So if you're whatever your niche is or whatever your modality is, the thing that you want to do, thinking about how are you doing this differently that's not really talked about?
Mm.
Or is there some aspect of the industry that you really want to call out and be like, this is
Ooh.
not okay, right? This is time for
Awesome.
change. Yeah. That's the energy of that channel. And that's what you usually when somebody comes to me with that channel, I'm like, what do you want to say that you're not saying? And they're like, well, I can't. I'm like, "Yeah, that's your work right there.
Moments, right? And they end up feeling so good and they're like, "Oh, I just
They're
feel
like,
so good
yeah,
now."
that's what I want to talk about. Then talk about it.
Oh, I'm so excited about the work you get to do.
It's so fun.
Oh my
It's
gosh,
amazing.
that's gotta feel so good.
It's I mean, every single time I do a chart reading for someone and talk about how they want to be expressing their energy, it's like they're like, "Oh, you knew it. You knew it just by looking at that." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so." That's how
I
you
am
want to express yourself.
so getting a reading. This is so good. Oh, okay, okay.
Um,
So we left off with ego. Let's go back. We're
the last
forward.
one is the lunar, the reflectors, the ones that have no defined centers. They need to
Mm.
Again, it's for big decisions. Wait out. It's not necessarily you have to wait 30 days no matter what. It's allowing yourself to feel through the different energies
Mm.
to make sure that you're coming back to that like, yes, this is the right one for
Mm.
me. And again, it's in your body. It's not logical. It's in your body knowingness.
Mm. Beautiful. Wow, that's cool. That makes a lot of sense. So can you give me any sort of little vignette or story or reflection on having interacted with anybody with this?
Um, I've only had a couple of reflectors come into my world and it's been in like short little snippets. I haven't had like a deep client as a
Mm.
reflector. Um, but by and large, I feel like reflectors, they really do mirror the environment that they're around, right? So if
Mm.
they're around people that are not supportive, that are manipulative or negative in any way,
Mm.
they're going to start to take on that
Mm.
um, versus the ones that have been in an environment that was relatively aligned, relatively supportive. They're able to feel more like, okay, what do I want to do? Where am I being called to? And really sampling and trying lots of different things and kind of just flowing. They're a little bit more like,
Mm.
yeah, where do I want to go today? I'm going to go over here. Now
Mm.
I'm going to go over here. And that's totally fine.
I'm
So,
trying to reach for a question
mhm.
that to which the answer applies to all reflectors. What's something that reflectors have in common? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Something
For
that
my
they have
question.
in common. Honestly, I think they're the type that is the most unpredictable because they get to kind of decide who and what they
Mm.
are. They're sampling all of the energy around them
Mm.
all the time, right? And so they're like, I've met ones that were really crazy conditioned that
Mm.
had no idea what was their energy anymore to ones that are like, I think this is me. They're very soft, a little bit more like they feel nice to be around. They're a little bit quieter, almost like blend into the background. And then I've met ones that are like very vibrant and like opinionated and like, yeah,
I love
like,
this.
sure. And that's I think the beauty of the reflector is they can be that broad range of versus like manifesting generator, you can almost pick us out from any group. We're like the energizer bunny that's doing a million different things at one time. Like
Mhm.
we have a set, I guess, fingerprint or whatever you
Mm.
want to call it, right?
Mhm.
Or a
Yes.
print or a
Yes.
print. Where the reflector, it's really a matter of like who they're around and what
Mm.
they want to call their own energy. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
Mhm.
as a healer, I'm immediately gluing in like, okay, they probably need clearings 6 times a day, just
Yeah.
shake
Mhm.
off what they're picking up.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Same
Mm.
with projectors, I think too. I mean, we all need our own clearing work, especially the more open centers that we have. So the white centers, That's where we're taking the energy in of others, and then we amplify it bigger back to them. And we don't necessarily understand how to work with that energy because it's not consistent for us. It comes in different ways and it goes out different ways and it's like chaotic, right? So that's why we're amplifying it back. So the example I love to give is solar plex because that's the one I know. Like I'm undefined in solar plex. I take in other people's emotional energy when I'm not paying attention. So
Mhm.
I'm a recovering people pleaser. I don't want conflict. I avoid conflict like the plague. I will run in the other. I'll be like, and then run away. I do not want to feel anyone's like angst or anger or like I just don't want to feel it. Um, and when I was younger, when I was a teenager, my mom is also open solarplex. And so she and I would clash like our big emotions. We didn't know what was happening, right? So our big emotions would come in and we wouldn't know what to do with it. And so we would just amplify and amplify and amplify and amplify and then get clash in this huge way, right? And my daughter and I, she's a sacral manifesting generator, and we can clash like that too. But I'm so much more aware of my own what's going on here and trying to also then teach her as well. It doesn't get as like crazy as it did with my mom, but I can
Mhm.
see where without that knowledge and awareness, how it could.
Right?
Versus my
Wow.
son, who's a manifesting generator, but he's emotional and he'll go through his emotional wave and then it'll be done. Like it won't drag out into this like big ordeal thing.
Mm.
It's just kind of he goes through it and he's done with it. We know that he's
Mm.
off and like, okay, buddy, we're gonna work through whatever's going on here and we're gonna drop it. It doesn't become a big thing.
Because
And
you aren't both feeding off of each other and, like you said, amplifying it.
yeah,
So, how
yeah.
old is your daughter? Just to go back to that one.
9. She's 9.
9. Now, you've been in HG for some years now. Are you able to have a conversation with her so that not
Yeah,
so that to the
yeah.
degree that she can speak for herself and identify what she's sensing or picking up?
We're getting there. So I feel like in the last year, she's developmentally kind of able to understand some of these things. I do tell her, I was like, you pick up on other people's emotions. And sometimes you can feel mad or sad and you don't know why. That's the kind of language I'll use. Right.
Mhm.
And like maybe it was your friend was feeling sad, but they didn't say anything. And so now you feel sad and you don't know why.
Mm.
Right.
Mhm.
And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Wow.
okay. So that's energy that's not necessarily yours and we can clear that energy, right? You can
Oh.
like give it back to whoever you thought it gave it to you or you can just give it back to the universe. They'll take it away from you. Give it back to your guides, give it back to whoever, give it back to the earth.
That's so awesome. Nice work, mom.
Thanks.
That's
We're
cool.
working. She's a lot like me when I was younger. There's a lot of emotion there. A
Mm.
lot to work through.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, that could be very healing for you now though, as you're, like,
I
reparenting yourself.
I think it is. And sometimes I feel that I wish I had gotten further along in that journey so I didn't feel like I'm parenting her and at the same time, right? Like there were but I think that's
Mhm.
what parenting is. Like I wouldn't be in this spot if I didn't have her as a kid, right? So
Yeah.
it's yeah. It's dealing with it as it comes up and parenting myself as well as parenting her, which yeah.
That's so awesome.
Uh,
Okay, so we've gotten through the authorities.
mhm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, let's jump into like we can do strategy next. In okay, so your strategy is like how you work with the universe. Okay. So let's just go with manifesting generators and generators. Your strategy, it's called to respond. But here's the thing we're responding to our environment all the time.
Mm.
We're not waiting. We're not waiting for someone to come and do something for us so that we can decide if we want to do it or whatever, invite us to something. No. We are responding to everything around. Like I'm responding to the plants in my office. I'm responding to how the layout is and how it makes me feel. I'm responding to the food that I want to eat or not eat, right? There's always something to respond to. But again, it comes back to being in the moment, not
Mm.
projecting future worries or anxieties of the future or the past or anything on the now moment. If I'm thinking about or worrying about the future or the past, I'm not in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is you want to be in the moment in order to respond mindfully.
Yes.
So if
And
you
not
really want to,
respond from ego. Yeah.
got it. So if you really want in your strategy, in alignment with your strategy, then be in the moment, right?
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
I'm getting this. Go, go. Okay. This is all
Hmm.
new to me. And I'm like,
No, I
yeah,
love.
it's like golden words here. Okay.
Well, it's like I mean, your sacral's always responding to everything, but so often we're putting shoulds and what ifs on what we are hearing from our sacral. Like maybe our sacral's like, ooh, I would really love to go do this, but like, no, I have to do this. I should do that. What if that? Da, 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 da. You immediately shut down what your sacral said
Mm,
with thoughts from their head, right?
mm, mm, mhm,
Um, and so it's going back to being present. How present are you when you made that decision or when you felt that?
mm,
And then are you trying to talk yourself out of it? So, which is
mhm.
so often true. Yeah. Um, Projectors have a, um, my internet is unstable. Am I okay?
Yeah, you did
Okay.
chop up about 30 seconds ago, but I just write it out.
Okay. Okay. So projectors it's waiting for the invitation, but here's the thing. You're not waiting to share what you love. You're not waiting to share what you love to do or to go out and enjoy life like that. You're not waiting to live life. You're waiting for people to come to you to be guided. So the aura for a projector is very pointed and very focused, right? It almost feels like when they look at you, they can see right to your soul and know you. And that energy needs an invitation, especially
Mm,
to tell someone how to fix something, right? So many
mm,
manifestors, manifesting generators hate being told what to do, especially by
mm.
projectors. So,
So funny.
so if you're a projector, it's about sharing what you love, doing what you love, and then just kind of leaving little doors like, hey, do you want help with this? Do you want hey, I noticed that there's you're struggling with this thing right now. Do you want any advice on how to fix that? Just asking those questions allows the
Mm,
person to go, actually, yeah, I do. Instead of you
mm,
just barging in and going, here's how to fix it, right?
mm,
Yeah. It's not this
mm,
initiating energy of the manifester. It's like, no,
mhm.
it's this sitting back and being like, I am the bee's knees. Come to me. I know how to fix your shit.
I love this so much. So projectors are the ones who are sitting, they're the birds with the bird's eye view, sitting on the perch, watching the jungle operate
Yep.
around them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the manifesting generators and the generators are the
Everybody running around on the ground.
right, keeping the jungle moving and okay,
Yeah.
building up all the things.
Yeah.
All right.
And
That
then
makes sense.
manifestors, they're initiating. So the big piece with manifestors is they have a creative flow that kind of turns on and off, right? And when they get into that creative flow, they want to initiate, they want to go out and start doing things. And it's important for them to let people know what they're doing, right? So letting their
Mhm.
audience know, hey, I'm in the process of creating an amazing offer. You're going to love it.
Mm,
And bringing people into their world with their
mm,
process, right? And not getting into like some of the manifestors I know will kind of they'll be 100 miles ahead of everyone else and be like, "Where is everybody?" Well, you didn't tell them the train left the station.
ah, yes. So my eldest is a manifester, and that's the thing. That's the medicine. He will
Mhm.
often just run up and, or run away. I'm mid sentence and he'll go and it's like, hey,
Yeah,
let me know what you're doing so that I understand that you are listening. You're just responding to what, my idea or
yeah,
have your own idea. Like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
let us know what you're doing.
yeah. And manifestors are so afraid that if they tell someone what they're doing, that they are going to, it's almost like they're trying to ask for permission or someone's going to tell them no. And then it's not necessarily true, especially
Wow.
parenting a manifestor. It's not, you're not asking me for permission. You're just simply saying, I'm going to go do this. But then as a parent, I mean, you do have to have boundaries and like, my job is to keep you safe. So I'm going to tell
Mhm.
you no if it's not safe. But
Yes.
I will do my best to give you as much space
Mhm.
to follow that creative impulse when you feel it.
So that's the way to take care of a manifestor is to give them space, give them autonomy so
Yeah.
that they can self-initiate.
Mhm. Yep. But they also, I mean, have to understand that like they are telling someone what they're doing, not for permission, but just so everyone knows what's happening.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Um,
Okay.
and then the reflectors are waiting that 30 days again. It's just allowing
Mm.
the end to move through all of the energy, and moon
Mm.
cycles can really help the reflector
Mm.
understand their own cycles of energy, right? Because they're
Mhm.
cycling with the moon in
Mhm.
um
I get a visual with the reflectors. It's like the reflector in making a decision in asserting his or her authority is like timing their entrance to a double dutch, game
mm,
where the two ropes are, operating in synchrony, but you've got to time when you get in there. So you got to wait a few beats and
yep,
really just let the phases show themselves to you so that you
mm,
can figure out, okay, this is how it would feel if I jumped in then, and then,
yep.
and then, and then, and then. Okay, now I know which one I want to do.
Yes. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that analogy.
This
Yeah.
is cool. I'm learning in real time. This is
Love
awesome.
it.
Thanks.
Love it. Um So that's all that. Type, I mean, we've kind of touched on the types throughout this discussion. Um, but to kind of run through what the auras are doing. So the manifester is big and bold, right? They're here to share a big vision and to change something, to come in and initiate something, right?
Mm,
So if I always tell my manifestors, it's about your vision. When you see companies
mm,
talking about the big vision and the big why behind it,
mm,
that's like manifestory energy, and that
mm,
they're connecting to a bigger idea that people want. And
mm.
you're on this train, get on board if you want to go to that destination, right?
Ooh, okay. This
Okay.
is cool. Can
Um,
I pause there and just
yeah.
ask a question? So, if you're a manifestor decision maker, meaning a client, potential, or an audience member making a decision,
Mhm.
um, while the manifestor, agent, salesperson, business owner is sharing with you what their big idea is, what do you need to make your decision?
So if they're a manifestor, I would say they have to understand what their big vision is,
Mhm.
and is the thing that that person's selling helping you get to the vision that you want, right?
Okay.
And
Mhm.
tuning into if they're splenic, if they're ego,
Mhm.
like, or if they're emotional, um, tuning into that. But is it ultimately going to help them create that big vision that they have in their heart?
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So choose your business coaches wisely kind of a thing. Like make
Even.
sure that what they're putting out
Hmm.
is what you want to be picking up, that it's really going to
Yeah.
streamline your higher
Yeah.
vision. It's not just cool because they know what they're doing as a business coach.
Yes.
It's less about that and more about their niche, just their knowledge base and their capabilities really dovetail with yours.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Um, the generators or manifesting generators, or auras like enveloping, right? It's that
Ooh.
sacral pulling everything to you, and it's like the besties of like we're just gonna be friends with everyone. We and it feels like a magnet to me as a manifesting
Mm.
generator. When I am in my energy, it feels like feel like I'm a magnet, and everything is just
Ooh.
coming to me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And their messaging, and I'll even say that about that
Mhm.
it's about a mastery and honing. Manifesting generators will bring certain passions together that people wouldn't
Mhm.
have thought to put together.
Ooh.
Um, so like for me, it's copywriting and human design.
Mhm.
Mhm. Um,
Mm.
and generators, it is like a process mastery of like what are you mastering and
Mm.
honing with that process that you love.
Wow, this
Mhm.
is awesome. Okay, I really like this. This lights me up. Thank you.
Yay. Projectors, again, we talked about how it's a very focused energy. They need to be ready, but they're mastering systems. Yeah,
Okay, let's keep going. Projectors are mastering systems. That makes sense, doesn't it? Because as the bird's eye view holders, they are becoming masterful at making a system most efficient, for
exactly.
instance, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So
Something
let's
more efficient. Mhm.
okay. Hold on a second. I wanted to ask you a question. Going back to the gens and the many gens, if you are a buyer, a purchaser, an audience
Mm.
member, a decision maker,
Mhm.
you're shopping, right, for your healer, for your coach. The You're a gen and a Manny gen. Are you gonna feel the enveloping magnetic aura of your gen, Manny gen practitioner too? And you'll just feel the BFF vibe.
I think there'll be a vibe, yeah, because I think, um, any person that I've ever worked with, it's been a full body resonance within me of like,
Mm.
this is the person I need to work with. It's
Ooh.
not the offer. So, yes, the offer may have drawn me to them. Like, it does solve the problem that I've been having, but it's the person that I wanna work with.
Ooh. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good. This is so cool. It's not the offer.
Mhm.
Great. This is so helpful. I just want you to know that. It's really cool. Okay, so then going to projectors as the shoppers.
Mhm.
Um,
It's like it feels like an invitation to them, like they're
mm,
invited to something
mm,
but it's recognition, it's an invitation with recognition.
mm.
So, the more that they see their audience, the more that they see themselves as well. So, there's like, and I think I'm confusing myself a little bit trying to speak from both sides. So,
Okay,
if
let's
you're a
go.
projector wanting to buy something,
Mhm.
do you feel recognized in that offer or
Ooh,
by that person?
okay. Okay. Wow. Beautiful.
And if you're selling, like, are you recognizing yourself as well as recognizing the people that you want to attract into that offer, right?
Hmm. I'm gonna stick with the shopper's vantage point because that's the one I really wanted to capture.
Yeah,
You need to feel recognized, and that is going to provide you a sense of assurance that your issues are accounted for, that your needs are understood, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And one that and also that you're not buying out of scarcity or lack, right?
Ooh.
That you're not buying it to fix a problem within you, but you're buying it to um understand something in a deeper way.
Mhm. Ooh, that's so cool. Okay. That last one, you're buying a thing in order to understand something in a deeper way, in order to develop your mastery.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you. I'm ready to go forward.
Yeah. And reflectors, um, I would say again, like sampling that person's energy, you can kind of feel into what they're selling and who they are. And is that something that you want to bring into your world? Is that someone you
Mm.
want to learn from? Is that someone that uh inspires you to be
Mhm.
a better version of yourself?
So a reflector shopper might want to stand back and observe
Hmm.
the coach or whatever practitioner over time, over
Hmm.
videos, over right social media presentations, etc., even sampling perhaps some master classes or taking a one-on-one
Yep.
session in order to feel out.
Yep.
That's cool. Okay.
Love it.
So as a seller and as a practitioner, as a provider who is a reflector, how might you honor your human design as you sell, as you emit?
I think for them, it's really putting out what they feel called to. Is like they have a wisdom that they want to share. So
Mm.
it's tapping into what is that wisdom that they feel called to share right now in this offer,
Mm.
even if it doesn't make sense with the other things that they've offered, right?
Ooh, that's edgy. That's got to be so hard for them,
So hard. I mean, it's hard, I think, for any, I mean, I feel
right? You're
that a
just
little
breaking
bit,
all the rules of sales.
pretty much.
Consistency, redundancy, right?
But, like, and that's the thing, I think reflectors, there are no rules. Like, it's whatever rule you wanna put on yourself.
So, can you give me a person you've observed out on the social media world who is a reflector, who you've seen like speckle different things?
Yes, I'm trying to remember her name.
Oh,
I
no
haven't
name
worked
needed.
with her, but she's a reflector, and she is I mean, her feed has changed in, like, the visuals of it, how she presents herself kinda changes and morphs, not on a daily, but I would say over 6 months, yeah, and she feels called to offer something, and she offers it, right? Like,
Mm.
there's no, it doesn't matter if it lines up with the rest of anything. It's like, "No, this is what's being called through me right now."
Like, for instance, like, I'm gonna offer a retreat 1 month, or like, I'm gonna offer a
Yeah.
retreat on money dynamics, and then I'm gonna offer a retreat on like body health kind of thing.
It could be like, I'm gonna offer a retreat on, connecting back to your body, and then I'm gonna have a mastermind over here that's talking about money, or right? Like, it's totally different,
Mhm.
um but it all connects still because it's her, right?
Mhm.
Because she's the glue that binds it all together.
Mm. So that you are your own brand is
Yeah.
like the motto of the day for a reflector.
Yeah, you are your
Interesting.
own brand. Yep. Yeah. So,
Wow,
I love it.
that's wild. Okay.
Mm,
So now's when I get to ask you, what's like blowing your mind right now?
yeah. I have something super excited
I'm
about.
so excited. Yay.
So, I just discovered, it's relatively new, but not super I don't know. I think they came out maybe a year ago. But I will be able to run human design charts on my website and give a report, talking about things the way I talk about them. So, how do you communicate? And what is, when you run your chart, your manifesting generator, this is how you communicate. This is what your Mercury gate means. This is what your throat channels are saying. And this is how you use it in your work and as an entrepreneur, especially in the service based industry. So, it's
So what
running.
I'm hearing is that you're actually it's a program that will just siphon out the distinct Sage Gates channels propensities, right? Characteristics that you're interested in giving to them?
Yes, essentially. So it's like if you were to go to Genetic Matrix or My Human Design and run your chart, right? It's going to spit out the specifics. That part will be the same. Like you're still a sacral generator or whatever, right? But I will be able to give you a report on what that means for communicating. So, as a generator, this is what
Oh.
it means. With your specific Mercury gate, this is what it means. For your specific channels and
Oh,
definition, this
wow.
is what it means. Yeah.
Okay, so you're cross connecting. There's a computational term for this, and I don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Uh, it's like, it's just getting really specific in terms of,
Yeah, this is like multivariate computation.
mhm, yeah. So
Whoa.
yeah, I'm super excited. I think it's going to be
Whoa.
so cool. Like if you're wondering how, so many people look at, kind of understand human design, but they don't know how to use human design especially to communicate. And then that's all I talk about is
Mm,
using human design to communicate. So they'll give you a chart all on its own. Like I don't have to do it right now. I can do it, but it takes me about an hour and a half of time to do it. So it's
yeah,
limited, right?
yeah.
This is something that is going to do it all on your own. I can offer it for
Whoa.
a fraction of the price. Yeah, I think it's gonna be amazing.
Oh
So
my gosh. I also am excited for you because in cutting back on that time, now you can offer, say, composite groups nichified down to like that particular specific range, and you just offer like a webinar or a course for them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then I'm building out like, okay, no, I have this information. I have my chart. Now what do I do with it? How do I write a website? How do I write a sales page?
What?
Yeah.
Wow,
Where I'm
this is
going.
so cool. Okay. Next question. When someone signs on with you, what are the first few things you do? Like, what's the battery you like to take them through? First, you get their birth information, blah, 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 blah. You
Mhm.
see their chart. What are the first things you look at on their chart?
The first things I look at on their chart are their throat, their mercury gate, um, their type, and then their definition. So their defined centers and like what channels are defined. Those are like the 5 points that I hit. Um, and then from there, it's understanding what their core message is. Again, going back to what do they want to be known for, their it factor, their, that thing, and clarifying that. So when somebody asks you, what do? You can tell them what you do without being like, I don't know. Well, right now I'm offering this and right.
Yeah. And what do you want to be known for is such a much more delicious and juicy question to ask someone. What do you want to be known for?
What do you
What?
want? Yeah. What do you want to be known for? That's what you should be answering when someone says, what do you do? It's
Yes.
that thing that you want to be known for.
Yes. I like that.
Figure that out, define it, clarify it, get it feeling really juicy, right? And then from there, okay, what do you want to offer? How are we going to translate all of this fun stuff into things that make you money?
Mm, very nice.
Hmm.
Okay. And then after we get that, do you assist them in the building of any of their offerings or in the convection of any of their offerings or obviously in the communication of the offering? You help them like craft the offer, no question.
Right. So I have the content library that has like DIY, watch a master class and learn yourself kind of offers. I have a one session like deep dive where we can work on one specific thing. If you're really stuck on how to talk about your offer, we deep dive into that and can even write your sales page in that call, right? Um, or we could also do deeper 4-month container where we're looking at that core message and writing your offers. I'm not going to put it on the sales page for you, but I'm going to help you make sure that it looks right. Like,
Yeah.
not hard to build a sales page these days.
Gotcha.
Like,
Gotcha.
um,
That's beautiful.
but getting the words out and onto the page and really rewriting everything so you feel confident and it all makes sense, right? Connect all those dots of like, what does the vision mean? And what is the mission and core message? And what do I want to be known for? And like all these different puzzle pieces, pulling it all together into a cohesive puzzle in the end. Yeah.
This is beautiful. Thank you for walking us through your steps. This is very exciting. I was just going to say, as a shopper, I feel satisfied, and
Love that.
I'm not sure why. I was looking at all of my notes and being like, "Oh, but I'm not a reflector. I'm not a projector."
I want to be able to do whatever I want.
Good. Yeah. This is beautiful. Thank you, sister. Okay, I have one last question for you, and then I think I feel complete. What's something that's rocking your world right now, either in the workplace? What do you feel is what's pushing you in your own leading edge right now, or at your own leading edge?
Gosh. I'm trying to formulate how to articulate it. I so want to know exactly what's going to happen. Like this is my open head. Like I have to figure out how is it going to happen? What is it like? What is the specifically all the way to the end? And my edge right now is that I can't see. I don't know. And I have to step out in faith and trust and know that like it's all stacking, it's all working up to get me there, but I can't see any of it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, this was a great conversation.
This was awesome. Can you tell, I just want to like you sum up, what do you want to be known for?
Oh my gosh, I love that question. Let me think about how I would want to answer that. I want to be known for walking thousands of women across the thresholds of self initiation and self liberation into their knowledge, true in their cells, in their tissues, knowledge of their own innate capabilities and spiritual badassery.
Mm, love it. I love it.
What do you want to
Well,
be known for, sister?
I want to be known for helping people just communicate more in their authentic voice, their way of being, who they are, and not to like stop and shut the doors on who they are just because it's not
Mhm.
what everybody says it should be.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
There are so many overlaps to the work that you do and the work that I do. And I'm
So many.
really excited to
Me
connect
too.
with you
Me
and
too.
just feel the energies just like,
Yeah.
like two waves crashing into each other.
Yeah.
It's exciting to feel the impact of the work that you've already been doing. And I love the way you carry yourself online. I really
Thank
feel
you.
safe when I see you online because of
Mm.
the way you hold crisply to your core initiative and your core messaging and your core objectives, even as you move and talk over different subject matter, you are consistent and I trusted your knowledge base. Like the moment I
Yeah.
heard your audiogram, you carry it in the confident resonance within your voice. And it's really affirming and what's the word? Edifying to me as a woman, as a leader, as a spiritual leader, as a healer, because standing next to you energetically on social media, it's really beautiful to know. It just provides an energetic reinforcement. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I
need more
totally feel that.
pillars. We need more
Yeah.
pillars. So thank you, sister.
Totally. Oh, thank you. I totally feel that. I mean, people have always said that I bring a calmness to a room. I used to be a wedding photographer. I know, wild, right? And they would be like, "Oh my gosh, you just come in the room and I just feel so much better." It'd be like you take the like chaos, the like intensity of a wedding, and it just went the moment I walked in, I was like, "Yeah, that's what I do."
That's a great compliment.
Yeah,
Sister, I have to run. I know
yeah.
I have another event coming up right
No,
now. So
you're good. You're good.
a
Thank you so
pleasure.
much. Oh my gosh, this is such a great conversation.
Great. Well, take care, Rachel. I'll see you
Me
around.
too. Bye.
Bye.